Hello, and here we are with the review exercise of this chapter, Rational Numbers, from Math in Focus Singapore Math Student Edition, Course 2A. So are you ready for the challenge? If you have all your concepts clear, this exercise should be very easy for you. And I'm sure it will be because you have understood the chapter thoroughly. You have done enough practice with the rest of the independent practice exercises for each of the sub-chapters of this chapter. So, are you ready? Shall we begin? Okay, so first we have write each number in m upon m form. Okay, so this comes from chapter 1.1, right? So we have 20.75 and we need m over n format, right? So what are we going to do? Remember, we will say this will be 20. You put 75 as it is here without a decimal point. And how many digits? 2 digits, right? So here we have 100, 2 zeros. Remember? Yes. The next one, again, it has 2 digits, right? So the same thing, 48 over 100 with a minus sign, right? Okay. And the next one is 6 over 13. Now here, what are we going to do? How are we going to put this in the format of m over n? Do you remember the formula? AC plus B over C, right? So we got to do that here. So this will be 4 times 13 plus 6 over 13. Yes? So this is 4 times 13 is 52 plus 6 over 13, which is 58 over 13. Yes? Okay. And this one, it's already in the form, right? But can you do something else here? If it's already in the form, what are we expected to do? So it's going to stay as it is, okay? Because it does not even have any common factors. Fine. Then 1.34, same as what we did here, right? So 134 over 100, right? When we say 60%, we mean 60 over 100. Then it says you have to simplify your answer, right? So this 0 and 0 gets cancelled. And let me use my pencil now. This is 2 times 3 and this is 2 times 5, right? So this will be 3 over 5. Okay, and even here we have to reduce it further, okay, because we have to simplify it, right? We haven't simplified and we know this both ends in even number, right? So this is both are divisible by 2. So let's check out the factors over here. Okay, so we'll do the rough work on a separate paper. So this is 134. So let's get going like this, right? We find the prime factors. So this is 2 times 6 is 12. 1 carried here. 7. Do you think this is divisible by 2? No, of course, because it ends with an odd number. 6 plus 7 is 13. Right? So not divisible by 3. So we will leave it there. So this is basically 2 times 67. And this one is 2 over 50, right? We'll not further simplify this because we know only this is going to cancel. So basically this gets cancelled and you have 67 over 50, right? Okay, so then this is the first 6 sums done so quickly, right? It's easy. Maths is easy. Okay, then we have for each pair of numbers, find the absolute value of each number. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? Absolute value, and you know absolute value is always positive, right? Try to recall your concepts as you read these questions, those instructions, okay? So this work becomes much easier. Then determine which number is farther from 0 on the number line. Yeah? So absolute value of minus 16 is 16 and absolute value of minus 18 is 18. Now you know 16 is smaller than 18, right? So of course 18 will be further away from 0. Okay, that's minus 18 here. Then we have 15 over 4. So we'll have to do the division, right? We try to get both numbers in the decimal format, so it's easier to compare. So let's see this. 15 divided by 4. Okay, so this is 4 times 3 gives us 12. 3 is the remainder here. We put 0. 4 times 7 is 28. 2, 0. 4 times 5 is 20. So this is basically minus 3.75, right? The absolute value of this. We are talking about absolute values. So this is minus, but this will become now plus, right? Absolute value. 18 over 7. So 18 divided by 7, right? 7 times 2 is 14. The remainder is 4. We put 0 here. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 here. We put 0. 7 times 7 is 49. 1, 0. It goes on and on. But we don't need to go too much further because we have the first main number here. This is 3 and this is 2, right? So, but obvious, this is a number that's away from 0, right, compared to the other number. Okay, then we have these two numbers. We don't need to do anything. We know absolute values. They both will be positive, right? So 2 and 2, then we take the next digit. So of course this is a larger one. Yeah, then this one. You can solve this, but you just have to, you can use simple logic here. 31 divided by 3. You know 3 times 10 is 30, right? So this answer is going to be 10 point something, 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 right? Because 3 times 10 is 30 and this is 31. And here 40 divided by 6. You know 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42, right? So it's going to be 6 point something. So directly you can say that this will be further away from 0 compared to the other number. Okay, and if you want, you can carry out the division. 31 divided by 3. 10 times is 31, 0.39, and this is going to be recurring, so it's basically 10.3. Okay, same here. 40 divided by 6. 6 times 36, 4, 0, again 6. So it's again recurring. So here also it's recurring. Okay, so this was the second part, and we are already done with 10 questions. Okay, now we are here from 11 to 12, 6 more questions, where it says use long division to write each rational number as a decimal. Use the bar rotation if the rational number is a repeating decimal. Okay, we have to use long division method, and we have to put a bar if the rational number is repeating decimal. You remember that, right? It's a simple division that you have to do. So let's get started here. Okay, first one is 7 divided by 56, right? Now you know that this is not doable, right? So you're gonna put 0 here and a decimal point here, right? So this is 1 times 56, right? It gives us the remainder of 14. 56 plus 4 gives 60. 60 plus 10 gives 70, right? So the remainder of 14. We'll put again a 0. Now 56. You know 50 times 2 is 100, right? And 6 times 2 is 12. So 56 times 2 will be 112. Okay? So you got to start doing your mental math now. So this gives us the remainder of 28. 112, right? 12 plus 8, 20. 20 plus 20, 40. So that's how you have 2, 8 here, 28. 0. Okay? Now, this is 6 and this is 0, right? So we will think of a table of 6. You know, 6 times 5 gives us 30, right? So that's where it ends with 0. So let's try 56 times 5. Can we do this mentally? Yes. So 50 times 5 gives us 250, right? And 6 times 5 gives us 30. So this is basically 280. Okay? So this is a 0.5 here, 280. So this is the answer. 0.125 is the answer. Okay, simple. Next one, 9, 13 over 20. We will leave 9 as it is. Okay, we are not going to convert this into m over n format. We'll just keep 9 as it is and make our life easy. So we simply divide 13 by 20. And this division should be easy. It's not doable. We put 0 and we put a decimal point, right? 2 times 6 is 12. So 20 times 6 is 120. Okay, that gives us 10 as the remainder. We put 0 and 20 times 5 gives us 100. So what will be our answer? Will it be 0.65? No, it is 9.65. Right? Because we have to take this 9 also. Okay? And finally, 100 divided by 11. So here we go, 100, 11. This is also easier. The table of 11 is very easy, right? So 11 times 9 gives us 99. Remainder is 1, right? We put 0 now and a decimal here. Not doable. We put a 0 again, a 9 here. This will be 99, 1, right? We put 0, not doable. So again a 0 here, a 0 here, 9, 99. So do you see it's repeating now, okay? So this is 9.90 with a bar here, because now again you will have 0, right? Because you'll put 0 here, not doable, right? And then you again put 0 and then 9 comes. So that pattern, 9090 pattern keeps repeating. Okay, then we have 5 divided by 12. Okay, so let's do it here. 5 divided by 12. Okay, so not doable, right? So we put 0 and a decimal here. 12 times 4 gives us 48, right? 2 is the remainder. We put 0 here. 1, we put 12 here. 12 times 1, right? 8, we put a 0 here. 12 times 6 is 72, right? 8, so do you see? 8, 8. So the 6 will keep repeating, right? So the answer is 0.416 with the bar on 6, and this is a minus answer, right? 6 keeps repeating here. Okay, then again here, remember we'll not touch 2 here, right? We'll do just simple 9 divided by 55. Okay, so we put a 0 and a decimal here, right? So we know this is only possible once, right? So this gives us the remainder of 35, right? 60, 55 plus 5 gives us 60. 60 plus 30 gives us 90, so 35. We put 0 here, right? Now let's try and do this orally. How far can we go? So we know that in 5's table, when you have 6, it is 300, right? So this is a closer number. So let's do it with 6. So 50 times 6 gives us 300, right? And 5 times 6 gives us 30. So this is 330 basically. So it's 6 times, and this is 330. 20 is the remainder. Yeah, you have to put 0 again. Now 55, right? So this, you can do this. 50 times 3 is 150, and 50 times 4 is 200, but this is 55. So, but obviously this is 3 times. And this would be 150 plus 15, right? So that gives us 165. Okay? So this gives us the remainder of 35. Remainder here. So this process will keep repeating, right? So the answer is minus 2.163. And where will we have a bar? We'll have a bar from 6 and 3, right? Because for 1, it's not repeating here. Now it's 350, so we'll do it 6 times, right? And then 330, 200, and then it goes on and on. Okay? 47, very simple. You write this as 47 over 100, right? And you know you have two zeros, right? So you will have come this side 2 times and put the decimal point, right? Two digits, right? 2 zeros. Okay, simple. Okay, then we have the next one. Evaluate each sum or difference. So here it is. Plus and a minus sign, different signs, right? So if subtract from the larger the smaller number. So 14 minus 6 gives us 8, and the sign of the larger number is positive, right? Then this is negative, and this also becomes negative, right? Plus and minus. Okay, so both are negative now. With same signs, you add them. So 25 plus 9 is 34, and the sign of minus. Okay, this plus and minus, right? It becomes minus. Same numbers, plus and minus. So this is going to give us 0. Okay, so here we are done with this page. Okay, let's take this page away and we can continue with the next one on the second page. Okay, so here it is. Let's this plus and minus, right? So this will be minus. Okay, so this will result into what? So I'm gonna put my positives together. Okay, first. So 46 plus 38, right? 6 and 8 gives us 14. 1 will be carried forward, right? 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay, so then you have 84 minus 17, which is 67. Okay, then 35 minus 140, larger number is 140, right? So let's say, assume this is 40. So 40 minus 35 is 5, but this is not 1, this is not 40, this is 140. So this becomes 105 and a minus sign, the larger number sign. Okay, both negative numbers, so we add, right? So this is 9, this is 8, and a minus sign. Simple. Minus minus becomes plus, right? So this is minus 8 plus 50, which gives us 42, right? It's plus 50. Okay, now here 4 and 8 are the denominators. So when you have fractions, you know the denominators have to be same for us to add or subtract them, right? 4 and 8, we know 4 times 1 is 4, and 8 times 2 is, sorry, 2 times 4 is 8, right? This is 4 times 1, this is 4 times 2. So this is a common number, right? So we have to use the uncommon number and cross multiply. So this is 1 times 2 over 4 times 2 minus 7 over 8, right? So this is 2 over 8 minus 7 over 8. So this is nothing but 5 over 8. And this is a minus sign, right? Larger number sign. Okay, the next one here. So what are we going to do? We have to convert this into a proper fraction first, right? It's a mixed number. So let's do that. You know the formula, right? AC plus B over C. So 6 times 7. How much is 6 times 7? Let's do it orally now. 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 1 is 43, right? So 43 over 7 plus 3 times 14 is 42 plus 5 is 47 over 14, and this is a minus 1. Okay, we have to be very careful with our signs. If we don't put them at right places on and at right time, we will have wrong answers, right? Okay, so now what do we do with this? Now we know this is 7 and 14, right? So how do we solve this as we did it here? This is 7 times 1, right? And this is 7 times 2. Right, so 7 is common, so we leave that and we multiply, cross multiply with the uncommon number, right? So this is minus 43 times 2 over 7 plus 47 over 14, right? Because this is 1 here. Okay, So this is minus 86 plus 47 over 14. I'm sorry, I didn't write it. Okay, so this makes us how much? 86 minus 86 and plus 47 gives how much? This should be minus 39 over 14. Okay, either you can leave it here, or if you want you can convert back into this format, right? Because the denominator is small. So we know 14 times 2 is 28, right? 28, and this is 39. So what's the remainder? 11. This is the answer. Either this or this. They both are the same answers, right? 2 times 14, 28. 28 plus 11, 39. 39 over 14. Okay? So that's how you can solve that part. Now, we go to the next one, and that means we are done with 25 problems already. Okay, evaluate each product or quotient. Now, 5 times 11, simple multiplication, it's 55, and a minus sign, right? Minus and a plus. This is minus 30 and minus 4. 3 times 4 is 12, but this is 30, right? So we put a 0 here. Both are minus signs, right? Minus times minus gives us positive. So this will be 120. 144 divided by 6. Okay, so let's do it here. 6, 2 times 12, 2, 4, right? This is 4 times 24. So the answer is 24 with a minus sign, right? Plus and minus. Plus divided by minus, okay? Then 48 and 3. Minus 48 divided by minus 3. So minus minus, answer will be positive, and this is a table of 16. Okay, and this minus 126 divided by 9. Again, I'm emphasizing on learning tables, because otherwise you'll have to go and do here, okay, 126 divided by 9 and all. If you know your tables, you can go faster. So this is basically 14, and that's with a minus sign, right? Minus divided by plus. Then this one, minus 5 over, okay, let me use my pencil. You know, when you do cross multiplication, you cancel numbers, right, as much as possible, but numerator and denominator, not like numerators or denominators. So this 8 gets cancelled, right? So 5 times 1, and this is 5 times 3. Okay, so the answer is minus 1 over 3, right? Minus and a plus sign here. Okay, now again, now first we'll have to convert this. So can we do it orally as we have been doing now? I think we have got good at it now. We know it. Okay, so this is 1 times 3, right? 1 times 3 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is 5 over 3 with a minus sign. This number is this, right? So let's do the multiplication. Let me write it here again, minus, and this is again minus, right? So answer will be positive. So we cancel the common terms, which is 3 and 3, right? 5 and 4 are not common, so we just put them here. That's it. Again, a mixed number, right? So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 1 is 21. So this is 21 over 4. And when we have division, we know we make it multiplication and inverse the second one, right? So this becomes minus 12 over 7, right? Remember it, of course. This is 7 times 1. This is 7 times 3, right? This is 4 times 1, and this is 4 times 3. So we have 3, 3 in the numerator. So that makes 9, and nothing in the denominator, 1 times 1, right? And we have 1 minus sign. So the answer is going to be minus. Okay? And here we are in the last question. So this says minus 2 over 3. This is division, right? So that becomes multiplication. and you inverse the second fraction. So this is minus 15 over 8, right? And here we are, 2 times 1, 2 times 4, right? 3 times 1, 3 times 5. So what does this lead to? Minus minus is plus, right? So 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 4 is 4. This is 5 over 4, which you can also write as 1 over 4, right? 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1. You just 5, this is basically doing like this, 5 divided by 4, right? So 1 times, so this is 4 times 1 and remainder here, okay? So whichever format you want, you can use either this or this. Okay, so let's move to the next part, evaluate each expression. So basically, based on each subchapter, you have few questions to solve, and it's a good way to revise everything that you have done, right? So let's go with the next part, which is 35 to 40 questions. So here we are. What are we supposed to do here? Remember, what are we supposed to remember here? This, yeah? Okay, so what are we going to do first? This part. But before we do that, let's convert this one. This is a mixed number. So this becomes what? 2 times 10 is 20. 20 plus 1 is 21. So this is 21 over 10, which is how much? Simple to do it, right? Because you have divide by 10. Number of zeros is 1. So we'll take from right 1 digit and put a decimal point. So 1 digit and decimal point. Right? So let's rewrite the equation. 12.3 minus 8.1 plus 2.1 times 0.4 minus 1.6. Okay, so this goes first. So we will write the rest part as it is, right? So this is, both are positive numbers, right? 2.1 times 0.4. 21 times 4 is how much? 84, right? 21. If there were no decimal points, so 21 times 4 would have been 84, right? And now let's see how many decimal digits do we have. Here we have 1 and here we have 1, so that makes 2. So from right we count to 1, 2. So the decimal point will be here. So this is basically 0.84 minus 1.6. Okay? So let's do this further. What am I going to do now? You add all the positives, you add all the negatives, right? If you want to go that route, you can go that route, or let's go that route, that's better. So 12.3 plus 0.84, right? The positive ones. This is 0 basically here. Yeah? So this becomes 4, this becomes 1. 1 is carried, right? 3 plus 8 is 11. So 1 here and 1 there. So this is 13.14. And now we add the minus numbers. Let's do it orally. It's doable because digits are simple. 1 and 6 makes 7, right? Decimal point. 1 and 9. Sorry, 1 and 8 makes it 9. Okay? So this is basically 13.4 minus 9.7. Okay, so this 4 comes as it is. We make this 12 and get 1 here. 11 minus 7 is 4. 12 minus 9 is 3. So the answer is 3.44 with a positive sign because the larger number is positive. Okay, then we come here to the next question. So first we have to solve the bracket, right? So this becomes how much? 25.7 plus 4, right? So 0.7 as it is, because there's no point here, right? So 4 and 25 is 29. Okay, so it's 29.7. Okay, then we write the rest of the question as it is, 0.8, and this is times 2. Now, 29.7 divided by 3 is how much? 29 0.7, right? 9 times 27, right? And 2 remainder, you get the 7 here, and you put a decimal here, again 27, right? So this is 9 times 9 basically. Okay, and plus, and you can do this also, right? Multiplication. So 0.8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16, right? But this is 0.8, so we'll put a decimal here. Okay, so let's add 9 plus 6 is 15, right? So 5 here, we'll have 1 carried, right? So 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 9, 11. So this is 11.5 and a positive answer because both are positive numbers. Okay, it's going fast, right? You know it, everything. We have done enough practice, so it shouldn't be tough for us now. Okay, so we solve the next one, which says, first let's convert this number, okay? So this is basically 781 over 100, right? So this is 81, right? 2 zeros. So 2 digits, you come this way. This is how you get your answer. Okay, so let's rewrite it so it's clear what we are doing. Okay, so we have to do this division first, right? It's a long division, so let's use our paper. So it's 3286. I'll put my decimal points in a while, okay? Now, I'll make this 5.3 as 53, right? So I'm shifting to the right by 1. So even in this number, I shift to right by 1. So decimal will be here. Okay? So now 53 and 328. 5 times 6 is 300. You know that, right? So let's try. So 300 and 3 times 6 is 18. So this is 300. 5 times 6, right? 50 times 6. And 3 times 6 is 18. So this is 318. 6 times. Okay? So you have to start doing this quicker math now. 18, right? This gives 10. And this 6 comes here, and we put a decimal point, right? And it's simple. It's twice, right? So it is 6.2. So this makes 10 minus 6.2 plus 7.81. Okay? Now it's just adding, subtracting. So this is, let's subtract this one from here. Yeah? Or you want to add the positives? Let's add the positives. Right? It was easy to add. And now let's subtract. Okay, so this is basically, you can write it like this, right? So 1 minus 0 is 1. 8 minus 2 is 6. We put our decimal here. And 17 minus 6 is 11. So that's the answer. Okay? And here is another question. So 3.25, and then you have this bracket. So we're going to solve this bracket first. So this is 3.25 in the bracket 0.9, 0.9 minus 0.74, right? So this is what we are supposed to do. This is 8, 10, right? This is 6, and this is 1. So this is 0.16, right? Am I going right? 0.16 on the positive side, right? Because the larger number is positive. Plus 6.3. Now you got to multiply this. So let's call our rough paper here. So this is 325 times 16. Let's do that, and then we will put our decimal points, right? So 0, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 5 is 30, 3 here, 12 plus 3 is 15, 1 here, 18, 19, right? 0, 0, 3 and 9, 12, 1, 5, right? So where are we supposed to put our decimal point now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll put our decimal point here. Okay, so this answer is 0.52 plus 6.3. So this is something like this, right? So this can be done orally. 2 and 0 is 2. 5 and 3 is 8. 6 and 0. Okay, so this is 6.82 and it's a positive answer because both the numbers are positive. Okay, so we are done with the second page. 2 more questions under this category and then we move to the real world problems, the most exciting problems. Okay, now we have 4 fractions here. Fraction minus fraction overall divided. Okay, so this entire thing is divided by this fraction plus this fraction. So we'll solve this numerator part separately, we'll solve this denominator part separately, and then we will divide. Okay, so when you have such questions, break it down. Okay, you don't eat the whole bread in one go. Break it down. Don't eat your whole pizza in a go, right? Break it down. It's the same thing here. Break it down. So let's do this. 1 by 3 minus 1 over 4, right? No common factors, so we will simply cross multiply. So this is 1 times 4 over 3 times 4 minus 1 times 3 over 4 times 3, right? So which is basically 4 over 12 minus 3 over 12, and that gives us 1 over 12. So that's your numerator. Let's solve the denominator now. 8 and 2. We know we have something in common here, right? So this is 2 times 1 and this is 2 times 4, right? So we will cross multiply with the uncommon. Now multiplying with 1 makes no sense, right? So this is 1 by 8 as it is, plus this is 1 over 2 times, what was uncommon? 4, right? This will make it 8, right? So this is 1 over 8 plus 4 over 8, which is 5 over 8. Okay, so these are our 2 fractions. Now this was a numerator, right? So we write it as it is, 1 by 12. Now this division becomes multiplication. And so what do we do with this fraction? We have to inverse it. Okay, so let's cancel the common factors. So this is 4 times 2 and this is 4 times 3. That means this is 2 over 15. Okay, simple. Sorry, this little space. But you understand it, you already know it. So I'm not worried about that little space over there. Okay, now we have this one. 8.5 minus this one. Okay, so when you see in your book, it's like written here like this number. Okay, that's how it's written. So we're gonna solve this part first, right? So this is minus 1 over 6, right? This division becomes multiplication and we inverse the second fraction, right? So this is again a minus sign, 18 over 5, right? So let's do our routine work of cancelling. 6 times 1, 6 times 3. So that gives us how much? This is 3, right? So we write 3 here and this is 5. Is it positive or negative? Minus, minus, right? So it's going to be positive. So now we come here. So this is 8.5 minus, and the answer of this is this, right? So this is what we do. Now, this is minus, right? And this is like over 1. Nothing in common, cross multiply, right? We do that, right? Or if you don't want to go that route, there's easy way. This numbers should give you hint, okay? Look at the numbers carefully. Look at them and the numbers will talk to you. Like I'm looking at this fraction 3 over 5 and it is telling me you don't need to do this cross multiplication and make it difficult. Go simple route. So what is this number telling me? Is it telling you anything? Maybe. Let's see whether it's saying the same thing to you and me. Of course it should say the same thing, right? We know that 5 times 6 is 30. But this is 3. This is not 30. Okay? So this is basically dividing by 10, right? Okay? And 5, I can't do anything. 5 has to stay as it is, right? So if I do something on the right side of the equation, I have to do on the left side also. This is 6 over 10, which is 0.6. So basically, this is 8.5 minus 0.6. Okay, do you see how easy it is? If you go this multiplication, it's 8.5 times 5. That would be something, then minus this, and it goes quite a long process. You can do that. I'm not discouraging you. I'm only telling you that numbers speak to you. Listen to them, okay? And make your life easy. Which is equal to, this is easy to do, right? 7.9. Okay? Simple. Okay, and here we are with our real world problems. And we have already done 40 questions. Can you believe that? We are on 41 question now. Wow. And I guess we have, it's around 40 minutes that we have taken. So on an average, we're doing 1 minute a one sum. Wow. That's amazing. We're getting good at it. Okay. Let's read this question. It says, Gavin dug a hole that was 16 1 over 2 inches deep. He left a pile of dirt next to the hole that was 8 3 over 4 inches high. Okay, so he's digging, and then whatever it's coming out, the dirt from there, he's piling it next to it, right? Show how you could use subtraction to find the distance from the top of the pile of dirt to the bottom of the hole. This kind of questions, try to visualize, make pictures, okay? It's much easier. So it's basically, there's a ground here. Let's say this is a ground line, okay? Now you're digging something, okay? And it is how much? 16 1 over 2. So this will be how much? Can we convert this m over n? 16 1 over 2. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 plus 1 is 33. Right? So this is the depth basically. Right? That's that deep it is. Then what is it doing? All this dirt is piled here. Okay? And what is the height of that? 8 3 over 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 3 is 35. Right? 32 plus 3, 35 over 4. Okay, and what are we asked? How could you use subtraction? So it clearly says you have to use subtraction. You're not adding, you have to use subtraction. To find the distance from the top of the file, from here to the bottom, here, the whole thing. Okay, so how are you going to do this, right? 35 over 4, right? Minus, this is from where you start. You have to use subtraction, okay? So you start from here, minus, and this is 33 over 2. But remember, this is below the ground level. This is above, right? So this is positive, this is below. So this is gonna be negative 2. Okay? So we are using subtraction. We are asked to use subtraction. Okay? So this is 35 over 4 plus 33 over 2. Right? So this is 4 and 2. So what will we do now? This is 2 times 1 and this is 2 times 2, right? So 2 common. With uncommon numbers we cross multiply. So this one we don't need to because it's times 1, right? So this remains 35 plus 4 plus 33 over 2 times 2 times 2. Right? So this is 35 over 4 plus, this is 66 over 2, right? 33 times 2. Can we add this orally? Sorry, this is 4 here. Can we do this orally? 6 and 5. 1, 11, right? So 1 carried here. 7 and 3, 10 over 4. 101 over 4 inches, right? Remember, units are important. Okay, this can be further converted in this mixed format, right? So 101 divided by 4. 4 times 25 gives us 100, right? 4 times 25 is 100, and this is 101. So the remainder is 1. We write remainder there and the divisor here. So even this can be the answer. Okay, we are not asked whether we should write the answer in this form or this form. So even if you leave it here, it's okay, but the conversion is easier. Just thought of showing that to you. Okay, so we used the subtractions. You have to be careful, read your question carefully, and as I said, try and write information so it becomes easier. So we tried to do it pictorially here, right? Okay, a hiker descendant, so he's coming down 320 feet in 40 minutes. Okay, find the hiker's average change in elevation per minute. So he's descending how much? 320 in 40 minutes. So this tells you what you are supposed to do. Division, right? You have to find per minute. So you can write your statement. The distance he descended equals to 320. Time taken 40. Therefore, 40 minutes. Therefore, elevation, the hiker's average change in elevation per minute equals to 320 over 40. Okay, so you can write your statements. 0, 0 gets cancelled, right? So 32 divided by 4 is 8. So this is per minute, right? Average speed, the hiker's average change in elevation per minute. So it's 8 feet per minute, right? Okay, then we go to the next one, which says a balloon descends 350 feet per minute for 4 minutes and then ascends at a rate. So first it is descending 305 feet per minute. Okay, this is per minute, and it comes down for how much time? 4 minutes. Okay, and then again it goes up, ascends at the rate of 215 feet per minute, and this is time, it is for 2 minutes. It's coming down, right? So we can do this, supposing this is the point, right? So it comes down. How much it comes down? 305, and it does it for 4 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then from here it starts ascending again. Okay, these are just rough pictures. Okay, and it's each time it's 215, right? And it does for 2 minutes, right? So it's coming down for 4 minutes, going up for 2 minutes, and coming down speed is this, going up speed is this. And what are we supposed to find? Find the total change in the balloon's altitude. So from here it started. What is the change? Where is it now? Okay, so that's what you have to do. It's simple, right? You have to first find the total. It came down, total it went up, and then you just use the subtraction to get your answer. Okay, so find the total change. So basically it's 215 times 2 minus 305 times 4. Okay, right? This is 4 times and this is 2 times, right? Because this 4 minutes, this is 2 minutes. 215 times 2 is 430, right? 200 times 2 is 415 times 2 is 30, so 430. 305 times 4. 3 times 2, 4 is 12, right? And this is 300, so it's going to be 1200. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, so this is minus 790. So with respect to its starting position, it is below, right? It has descended more than what it has ascended. Okay, But this is where it is, 3790 feet below its starting position. Okay, simple. Then the next one. Suppose you deposit 12.5 into your savings account dollars each week for 4 weeks. That's good. Do you do savings usually? Do you? It is a good practice actually. Every penny counts, remember that. Don't feel that, oh, what's going to happen if I just save a penny today, or 1 cent today, or whatever currency it is. Everything counts. So develop this practice, because by the time you grow up, that would compound to a much bigger amount. Okay, so savings is important. So you deposit this into your savings account each week for 4 weeks, and then you withdraw. Okay, that's sad. 4.8 each week for next 2 weeks. Never mind. So you're depositing more money for a longer period, withdrawing less money for lesser period. That's good. So find the total change. Easier, right? So it's your account. There's an account here, and you're putting 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, right? 4 times. And now how much you're taking out? 4.8, 4.8, right? 2 times. So how much you are left with? Remember, this kind of work helps you get the right equation. And once you have the equation, solving equation is much easier, right? So how much did I deposit, right? This is the amount that you are depositing. So it's basically 12.5 times 4, right? And then you will have minus, because this is what's going out, right? And how much is going out? 4.8 times 2. Okay, now 12.5 times 4, 12 times 4 is 48, and 0.5 times 4 is 2, so this is basically 50, minus 4.8 times 2. If it was 48 times 2, it's 96, right? Double it up. Now you just say 9.6 and not 96. So this is how much? This is, if this was 10, this would have been 40, right? But this is not 10, it's 9.6. How much is less? 0.4. So this is your answer. So this is the amount you still have in your account. Good. I hope you don't withdraw that amount too. And here we are done with the 3rd page as well, and the last page. How many sums do we have? Let's count. 1, 2, just 2 parts, but we will count it as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, but it's just 1 page. So let's start. A game show awards 30 points for each correct answer. Okay, for the correct answer. And deducts 50 points, sometimes using different colors, like 50 points deducts for the incorrect answer. Okay, so it's just easy for me to connect. The 30 is for correct, 50 is for the incorrect. Okay, and then a contestant answers now 2 questions incorrectly. So these are incorrect ones, right? So I'm going to again use pencil, because that's what I used here. And then again my pink color here for this 3 number, which is correct because I've used pink here. Okay, not that it's my favorite, it's not. Okay, so what is his final score? So he answers 2 questions incorrectly. And how much points are deducted for that? 50, right? So this is going to be minus 50 times 2. You're deducting it, right? So it's minus 50. Okay, plus you will add, because you win when you answer it right? So 3 questions correctly, and it's 30 points, right? So this is 30 times 3. Makes sense? Yeah, which is minus 100, 50 times 2, plus this is 90, 30 times 3, plus and minus now, right? So this is minus 10. Okay, that's sad. The person has minus 10 points. Remember, I'm not writing my statements here, but it's always a good practice to write your statements. Now here, the price of a stock falls $1.5 each day for 7 days. So it's falling down by 1.5. And for how many days? 7 days. Find the total change in the price. So you know what you have to do, right? Each day it's falling. So repeated addition, which means multiplication. So this is 1.5 times 7. Okay, but this is going to be minus, right? It's falling down. Can you do this orally? 15 times 7 is how much? 105. And a decimal here, so we put a decimal here. And this is a minus sign, okay? So this is the loss. Yeah? If the value of the stock was $36 before the price of the stock started falling for 7 days, find the price. So this is how much it has lost in 7 days, right? It says before the loss started, before it started going down, the value was 36. What is the price now? So it started at 36, right? And it's going down. It's going down by how much? 10.5. So you basically have to find the difference. Yeah, so you actually got to write the statements here. The starting price equals to $36. Total loss is $10.5. Therefore, the price after 7 days equals to 36 minus 10.5, which is equal to, if it was 10, this would have been 26, right? But it's 10.5 larger, so it's $25.5. So this is the current price. Okay. If you want to know more about shares and things, you can ask your teachers, you can ask your parents to help you understand how this works. Okay. Okay. Matthew uses 24 boards that are each these feet. Okay, he's using this many boards to build a tree house. Okay, the wood cost this per foot. Find the total cost. Right, so what are the statements you're gonna write? Number of boards used equals to 24. Then you will say length of each board equals to 5/3/4. Then the cost of each foot equals to 1.65, right? And therefore the total cost equals to. So let's first convert this, okay? 5/3/4. 5 times 4 is 20, right? 20 plus 3 is 23. So this is basically 23/4. Okay? So what are we supposed to do now? How will we get the final cost? We wrote all the statements, okay? But how are we supposed to get the final cost? We know that this is the length, right? Whatever that length is. Okay? And then we know that each part of it has a cost, right? 1.65. And these are basically 24, right? Okay, so we simply have to multiply these numbers. So basically this is 23/4 times 1.65 times 24, right? Because each board is that size. Okay, and you have 24 boards, right? And each board is costing 1.65. What is the answer for this? Let's do this again. Let the numbers speak to you. Are these numbers speaking to you? Are they? They are speaking to me. Yes. This is 4 times 1 and this is 4 times 6. Okay. So we have these three numbers to multiply now. So let's do the multiplication. Here comes my rough paper. So let's do first 165. And this is 23 and 6, right? So let's do 23 times 6 is easier, right? 3 times 6 is 18. 8 here, 1 here. 12, 13. Okay, so this is 138. This is 165 times 138. There's no decimal here, right? There's a decimal here in this number, but I'll do that decimal in a while. Okay, 0, 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 here. 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 1, 9. 1 here. 3 times 1 is 3. 1. Okay. 8 times 5 is 40. 4 here. 8 times 6 is 48. Plus 4, 52. 5 here. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. Right? 0, 7. This is how much? 17. 1 here. This is 12. 1. So the answer is 22770. Where will be our decimal point now? 2 digits, right? So 2 digits here. That's the total cost, and the cost is given in terms of dollars. So we put a dollar sign here. Okay, 4 more questions to go, and then we are done. It says, which expressions are equivalent to this? Choose all that apply. So we'll go here. Okay, so the question is this expression. Let me just write it here because I'm gonna turn my page. Okay, so here it is, this one. Okay, so which expression is equal to this is what we have to say. So if you solve this basically in a way that this becomes plus, right? So this is basically minus 3 2 over 5 plus 3 over 4, right? Okay, so let's see A. It's the same thing exactly. So this is the answer. Let's go to the next one. This is not minus, so this is out of the question, right? Then comes here, minus is there, yes. Plus and plus, but this is just ones. But you know, this plus and plus will actually become plus, right? So yes, this is also an answer. Here, this is not negative, out. Okay, this is negative here, okay, but then this is also negative, whereas this is positive, so this is out. So it's only A and C. Okay, so the answer for this is only A and C. So we got to circle them, right? Okay, then comes the next one, which says which expressions of products that are negative. Okay, so again we go back here. I actually forgot to copy these expressions, and that's why then I had to handwrite it. I hope it's readable. Which ones of them are negative is what we have to say. So we say this is a positive sign, negative sign, right? So you have negative signs 2 times, so this is going to be positive, right? Positive times negative gives negative. Negative times negative will give us positive. So if you don't want to do all that, you just count the number of times you have minus sign here. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 times, right? So this is going to be a negative answer, right? Positive, positive, positive. So they all will be positive. Positive, negative, negative, positive. 2 negative. So again, it's going to be a positive answer. Negative, 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 positive. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 negatives. So yes, the answer is going to be negative. Negative, negative, positive, negative. 1, 2, 3. So yes, we have 3 here, right? Okay, B, E, F will have negative answers. B, E, F. So simply count the times the negative sign is there, and you know it. Okay, just 2 more questions and then we are done. At midnight, the temperature was this. Wow. Do you like cold? It's good. I like it too. I prefer cold over summer because summer becomes too hot. When it's winter, at least you can wear your jackets, use your blankets, and you're fine. Okay, but I avoid using heaters just to save some electricity. Care for the environment because blankets serve the purpose. At midnight, the temperature was this. It rose to this by noon, and again it dropped to this. Okay, so you have some temperature, right, which is minus 3.8 degree Fahrenheit, okay, which rises to this, and then again it falls to this, right? That's what the question is saying. At midnight, the temperature was this, it rose to this by noon, and then dropped to this by the following midnight. Okay? Picture helps find the final temperature. So, what are we doing here? It starts at somewhere, and so where it starts, we put that. And then it's rising, right? It's becoming positive. We're going positive, right? Now, this is a positive one, but it is falling, okay? So this will be minus 4.8, right? We started at 3.8, it's going up, we added, now it's going down. Though this is positive, we are subtracting because it is going down. Okay, so 3.8 and 5.7, it's quite close, okay? We can do this orally actually. 57 minus 38. So it's 19, but here we'll put 1.9. And the sign of a positive number, right? Because that's a larger number. Minus 4.8, which is how much? Can you do this orally? This is 19 and this is 48, right? So 38, 28. If it was 20, but this is 19. So this will be 29, and we'll put a decimal here, and this is minus. So this is where the temperature is after all these changes. Yeah, remember this minus sign, okay? Fine. And here comes the last question of this review exercise. At the start of the year, in the last question, they said the start. At the start of the year, the value of an investment was 14,589. At the end of 6 months, the value of the investment has decreased. Why? What was the mean decrease per month in dollars? Okay, so you know it is here, okay, somewhere. $14,589. It goes down and reaches $11,445.5, right? And how long did it take? 6 months for this. And you are asked to find each month what was happening. How much was it decreasing each month, right? That's the question. What was the mean decrease per month? So what will we do? From here to here, it took 6 months. So when you come at this first point, you subtract something. Then you subtract something because you're going down, right? So it's a repeated subtraction, which means we have to do division, right? But how do we divide? We have to divide this part, not this or this change, right? So this is basically 14,589 minus 11,445.54. That's going to give us this change, right? Divided by 6. Okay, so let's do this here. 1414589 11445.54, right? This is 0 here, just cancelling so that there's no confusion. Okay, so from here you can borrow anything, right? So you go here, this is 8, right? So this will be here, you can put 1, and here you can put how much? 9, right? So this is 6 4 3, right? 4 1 3, right? So this is 3,143.46 divided by 6 over 6 months, right? So this is for 6 months. Now we want for 1 month. So let's do the division here. 3,143.46 divided by 6, right? So this is how much? 5 times 30. Remainder is 1. 4 down here. 2 times 12, right? 2 here. 3 comes here, right? This is 3 times 18, right? Then you are left with 5. 4 comes here. And then you put a decimal here because now this 4 is after a decimal, right? So 54, which is 9. 6 times 9 gives us 54. That gives 0, and the 6 comes here, right? So this is 6, so it's 1. Okay, so every month it is coming down by $523.91. Okay, and that's how you have this total, this one. Okay, so that ends with this entire review exercise. Okay, and we did 51 questions in almost like an hour or some minutes, which is really a good speed, right? And I'm sure you did it at the same speed, or you might have done it even faster. And if you did it faster, I'm really, really happy. And you can do that. You can do it in less time, provided you practice regularly. Keep practicing, okay? The more you practice, the better you get at it. So just practice, fall in love with math. The numbers speak to you. You know that. You have seen how numbers were telling you, oh, please divide me, please add me, please multiply me, right? So just fall in love with numbers and numbers will guide you. Math is simple. It's simple. It's fun. It's super easy. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope this all practice is helping you, and you can look forward to other videos that helps you understand the concepts as well as the independent practice of various chapters that you have in the course. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.